Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about A Dog's Way Home from author W. Bruce Cameron, who was also the author of A Dog's Purpose. I will warn you, there will probably be some spoilers in this review. That being said, if you've seen the trailer for this movie, you pretty much know what's going to happen. Granted, there's a lot more and we'll talk about it, but I will probably spoil a lot of this movie, so just wanted to warn you. If you don't want it spoiled, I will tell you that it's a rental at best, and I'm being generous here. What this movie's about, okay, there's a lot going on, so bear with me. There is this guy that's training to be a doctor for a veterans hospital. And across from where he lives, there is homes being demolished, and a developer is trying to build something else there. I think he's trying to build like rental homes or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember if they really even made it clear. Anyway, there are cats living under one of these demolished homes, and also a little puppy that's being raised by Mother Kitty. As Bryce Dallas Howard, who's voicing the inner monologue of this puppy, tells us. And so anyway, this guy that's trained to be the doctor at the Veterans Hospital finds the dog and is ran off the property by the developer. And he's trying to... He calls to tell him there's cats under this house, and animal control comes and gets some of them, but there's still some under there, including this puppy. And the developer wants to tear down the rest of these houses anyway. And the guy that's trained to be the vet doctor, he ends up getting the guy's development deal taken away because they film that there is still cats and under this house. So this guy holds a grudge, and he's buddies with one of the animal control guys. So being that this puppy, who he ends up naming Bella, by the way, this puppy is part pit bull. He makes it to where if this dog is caught off of the grounds of their house, that he can take it to animal control. And there's so many, I think it's like 2 or 3 strikes and you're out, and the dog gets euthanized because pit bulls are bad. So anyway, long story short, they decide that they're going to move so that they can keep the dog. So they give the dog to, I believe it's one of the characters' aunts, and the dog, they take it miles and miles away, and they're gonna come pick it up once they get a new place, which is, by the way, ends up being like a day, it seems. And but Bella decides, I need to get home. My owner told me to go home, so I'm gonna go home, and she runs off. And they even show where Bella's on the side of the road running in one direction, and the owner's coming the other way on the road just to come get her. And that's basically the setup of the story, and it's her adventure home. And plus we get, again, her inner monologue is Bryce Dallas Howard. Just kind of, as Bella learns things about life, kind of the way they did in A Dog's Purpose. But this one, again, it's not, the essence of a dog going between other dogs, just the one dog. Other animals don't speak or anything. It's just the inner monologue of Bella. I'll give this movie a little credit. It tried, I said it tried to show a little bit about how veterans are when they come back from deployments and things, where they have troubles and things like that. And Bella kind of becomes a comfort dog before she runs off because she has to be taken into work. It's a long story, and again, there's a lot going on in this movie because they're not allowed to have a dog in their rental home either. So they have to take the dog to this guy's work. And by the way, his mom is a veteran, and she goes to this veterans hospital as well. So they take the dog to work, and Bella ends up becoming a comfort dog and things. So they do try to handle some of that, and I give it credit for that. But other than that, and it also, the movie does have, because see later with the veterans thing, I forgot this. It has a thing about a homeless vet, and it tries to kind of show that this guy was sad like those. She was learning this guy was sad like that guy was sad at the veterans hospital kind of thing. So they do handle that pretty well. It's not fantastic, but at least they tried. But the rest of the movie is just, it's fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. But okay, I love dogs. Okay, I know a lot of you out there love dogs, and I do too. But a dog's cuteness only goes so far to carry a movie. And yes, Bella is a very cute dog as a puppy and as the grown-up Bella, which of course one of the big drawing points of this movie is that the dog playing Bella is a rescue pet, and I like that. I think that's a nice story, but again, it doesn't save this movie. Because this isn't a great movie. It's fine, but they do things like a lot of close calls of Bella being found. I mean, the first one again being they're going in opposite directions. And then there's times where Bella has tags and someone's trying to call the number, but then something happens, and just circumstances make it to where we keep having near hits. They keep missing Bella, and the dog is gone like 2.5 years. So it's a little much. One of the big things that I know the story was trying to tell, because again, Bella is kind of raised by a cat after her pit bull mom is taken away by animal control. But the thing with the cougar, the fully CG cougar, okay, in a movie that uses a real dog, and it has the emotions that a dog can make, the limited facial emotions, things like that. Then you have this CG cougar that kind of, the facial expressions that it make are, I'm not going to call them human, but they're close, and it's kind of weird. Again, I know what the story they're trying to tell, because in this 2.5 years, Bella kind of becomes the mommy to this cougar, as Mama Cat was to her. I mean, it's kind of the parallel they make. And, she sees the cougar go from little to big, and they have these two situations. If you've seen the trailer with wolves, there's two different situations where the first time Bella defends the cat, or the cougar, and then the second time the cougar defends Bella, whenever the cougar is a lot bigger and scares the crap out of the wolves. So there's that whole stuff with the whole thing with the cougar. It was fine, but the CG cougar, again, the way that it moved, the facial expressions it was making, it was almost too human in the face to be believable. And I could have suspended my disbelief if they hadn't done that a little better, but it's making it almost looks like it's smiling and is surprised and things like that, and it was almost cartoony. in a movie that's trying to be at least somewhat realistic. So that bothered me. And really, the movie just, it's one of those movies, I mean, it's definitely going to be a feel-good movie in the end, and the good people in the movie come out on top, and the bad people in the movie get punished. So, I mean, because there's a character, you've seen in the trailer where the guy gets stuck in the avalanche. Well, that guy ends up being like an abusive prick. So, to his dog, he hates his dog. He ends up surviving, and then he, doesn't want this dog back. Even though this couple find both the dogs, and they think both the dogs belong to him, and they try to take both dogs back. And he's like, I can't take care of a dog. And they say, well, okay. And he's like, I don't even know that dog. So they take both the dogs home, and the one dog that was the guy's dog ends up staying with the couple. They get rewarded because they're nice people. And then Bella runs off, to continue her adventure. So there's things like that. The one that I felt a little bad for was the homeless guy, because they were teetering on, I mean, they were saying how sad he was and he was damaged because he was a veteran and things, but he seemed a little mentally ill. So they were teetering on him almost being abusive to Bella. He was saying like, I love you, Bella, and he would hold Bella and stuff, but he left her chained up, and he would also use her to get more money, panhandling. He's like, you're good for business. So they were teetering, and it was weird. Deep down, I think they were trying to tell a good message because he was sad and he was sick and he needed help. And she was learning that, oh, this guy's sad. Like, again, the veterans are sad because he was a veteran. And I like what they were doing there. But then again, they were teetering on an abusive side with this guy. So it was kind of weird. Again, all in all, this movie's okay. It's a rental at best. It's not terrible. It's better than A Dog's Purpose was, I can tell you that. But is it a rush to the theater movie to go see? No. The audience for this movie, I would say probably the younger the better, even though an adult might have to explain a few things to kids. But again, the cuteness of the dog, and yes, this dog is extremely cute. And I, thought they did a good job trying to tell this story, even though, again, a lot of the near misses just kind of, it's just like, again, come on, you played this card already. So yeah, the younger the better with the audience. Again, not a great movie. It's a rental at best. Don't rush out to the theater, go see it. But if you rent it for your kids to watch, there's worse movies out there, again, like A Dog's Purpose. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about A Dog's Way Home, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Reynolds. See you later.